Here's more wrestling news for June 14th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Mark Henry says AEW is interested in signing Braun Strowman. AEW's current interest level in Aleister Black and Braun Strowman. AEW's Young Bucks tease moving to Impact Wrestling. Top Bollywood star sends reminder that he has beaten The Undertaker 25 years ago. Former WWE star reveals how Brock Lesnar saved his life. Some WWE and NXT superstars are refusing to get vaccinated. Johnny Gargano pays tribute to Shawn Michaels at NXT TakeOver In Your House. Xia Li told Triple H her family would disown her if she moved to America, and more. We're starting this video with Braun Strowman, who was released last month in a shocking move considering how he was being pushed shortly before his departure. Strowman's last WWE match was a world title opportunity at WrestleMania Backlash, and since being cut for budgetary reasons, there's been talks of where he'll go next. Speaking to TMZ Sports recently, AEW's Mark Henry discussed the monster among men, saying he'd like to sign him to AEW, but it's ultimately not his decision. Braun's super high on my list. It's not an all Mark Henry decision, but there's already interest on both sides. So hopefully by the time he's allowed to wrestle in August, I think the middle of August, we can have a serious conversation about contractual things. But right now, there's interest on both sides. I love that dude. Henry added that Big Cass, aka Impact's W. Morrissey, is someone he'd love to sign, which could happen given Morrissey has said his Impact contract isn't long-term. Time will tell where both men go, but if Henry gets his way, then AEW's roster will be getting 2 more giants very soon. Signing Strowman would certainly make headlines for AEW, and whilst Henry may say that there's an interest in him, that doesn't mean the company is willing to work with him. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer explained why AEW may opt to not work with the monster among men, explaining, "Strowman is the weird one because it's like, number one, to get him it's going to take a lot of money. Number two, he's a big star and people know who he is, but he's not going to be a needle mover because he wasn't a needle mover in WWE. And he is 2 years past his peak as an attraction. When you go to a new company, it is a fresh face and you're bringing in someone new, but all I think about when you put Strowman in AEW is that it's exactly the kind of guy that AEW fans don't want." Meltzer explained that right now AEW is far more interested in Aleister Black, aka Tommy End, despite reports that the consensus in WWE is that the company acted too soon by releasing him and could bring him back. Strowman's entire wrestling career has been in WWE, which may work against him in the eyes of AEW fans, and with the company already having big guys like Wardlow and Lance Archer, who'd likely suffer if Strowman was signed, we'll have to see where he goes next. More from AEW as the Young Bucks are the reigning AEW World Tag Team Champions, but that doesn't mean they're willing to spend all their time in one company. At Impact's Against All Odds event, the Bucks appeared to assist their elite stablemate and Impact World Champion Kenny Omega retain his title against Moose, delivering a super kick and BTE trigger to turn the tide in Omega's favor. Now the Bucks are teasing a more long-term move to Impact, changing their Twitter profile picture to one from their days in TNA Wrestling, and changed their bio to refer to themselves as Max and Jeremy Buck, their in-ring names from their brief stint in TNA. It remains to be seen whether the Bucks will show up in Impact Wrestling in the coming weeks, but with Moose joining forces with AEW's Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and the possibility of the recently fired Sami Callihan invading AEW, this interpromotional war shows no signs of slowing down. It's no secret that WWE files tons of trademarks in their effort to lock down any intellectual property that appears on their shows, and now 2 new trademarks could point toward a paranormal storyline. On June 9th, WWE filed 9 trademarks, and 2 of those included Ethereal Spirit and E-Spear, according to Heel by Nature. These trademarks were filed to be used on TV, social media, and merchandise, and we'll have to see who or what the Ethereal Spirit is when they make their way to WWE programming. As one of wrestling's most iconic stars ever, The Undertaker has defeated every big name from Hulk Hogan to Ric Flair to John Cena, but there's some unlikely names who have toppled the dead man. Yesterday, Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar took to Twitter to remind everyone that he holds a victory over the legendary Phenom. To mark the 25th anniversary of his film Kiladayan Ka Kiladi, where he defeats The Undertaker in a fight during the climax of the movie, Kumar shared a meme that includes himself, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and Roman Reigns, all of whom have beaten The Undertaker. Kumar did explain that in the film it was Brian Lee who played The Undertaker, and wrestling fans will know him as the fake Undertaker who Mark Calaway defeated at SummerSlam 1994. It may not have been Calaway himself, but a win over The Undertaker is still an impressive feat, one that Akshay Kumar is still bragging about 25 years after the movie came out. Now in 2003, Zach Gowen joined the WWE, but didn't exactly have an easy time on screen. Having already lost his leg to cancer at age 8, Gowen remains WWE's first and only one-legged superstar, and is perhaps best remembered for a brutal feud with then WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, a feud which saw the Beast throw Gowen down some stairs. Facing off on the August 19, 2003 SmackDown, Gowen got brutalized by Lesnar, but speaking to the Rewind, Recap, Relive podcast recently, explained how Brock actually saved his life in the ring. He was supposed to give me 3 power bombs, like a triple power bomb where you hold on and then after 2, he felt I got knocked out. Like, he felt my body go limp for a second. I hit the back of my head on the mat. I was knocked out on the power bomb. It was supposed to be 3, but he felt that I was in danger, so he just let me go. He might have saved my life if we're being 100% honest at that point. In 2003, Lesnar was still relatively new in WWE despite being a King of the Ring winner, Royal Rumble winner, and WWE champion, but the young beast showed some sound in-ring awareness by keeping his opponent safe in the ring. Back to the present, and next month, WWE will be going back on the road with a 25-city tour starting with the July 16th SmackDown. Of course, bringing in live fans increases the risk of superstars testing positive or even an outbreak, and whilst a vaccine is available, nobody can be forced to take it. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer explained that WWE wants everyone to be vaccinated, and that though most people are, not everyone is willing to take the jab. He explained that this is happening on both the main roster and NXT, but stressed that those refusing to be vaccinated are in the minority. Meltzer didn't name anyone specific, though we know that Nia Jax shared anti-vax sentiments last November, and hopefully enough superstars get the jab so that they don't have to run the risk of another outbreak, this time with live fans present. NXT TakeOver In Your House news next, as last night's show was a night full of action, including brawls outside the Capitol Wrestling Center, but it was all too much for William Regal. After Karrion Kross's successful title defense, the NXT general manager was caught in the parking lot looking shaken up and promised that things needed to change. Regal will likely let fans know what this big change is on this week's NXT, and his announcement was quite the cliffhanger to end the show on. Becoming NXT GM 7 years ago, Regal has seen it all, from Kevin Owens to Shinsuke Nakamura to Drew McIntyre and the Undisputed Era, so for him to say that right now is the most chaotic the Gold brand has ever been is really saying something. Time will tell what his announcement is, but odds are it'll have a major impact on the entire Gold brand. Johnny Gargano certainly impressed in the main event of NXT TakeOver In Your House, and though he didn't win the NXT Championship, he did have the best entrance attire. Making his way to the ring, Gargano sported an attire that looked very similar to something Shawn Michaels once wore, and given that HBK is a producer in NXT, he obviously approved this tribute to him. This isn't the first time Gargano has worn a special attire, as in the past, he's donned gear inspired by comic book characters like Wolverine, Carnage, and the Punisher. For years, Johnny Wrestling has been compared to the Showstopper, and Gargano himself has been influenced by HBK both in the ring and backstage, making this tribute to the two-time WWE Hall of Famer all the more fitting. And we're ending today with Xia Li, who has had a tough journey to make it to NXT. Speaking on his conference call, Triple H opened up about Li's journey, saying that when she did a tryout for WWE in China, her family told her that they'd disown her if she went to the United States to join WWE. Xia Li then told her family that she was following her passion and she moved to the US, and the game said how she has a ton of passion for wrestling, even crying after competing in the 2017 Mae Young Classic. Triple H added that the pressure of being in NXT is immense and that Lee had some trouble with her entrance during the pre-takeover rehearsals, and we're pleased she pulled it all together, delivering an epic performance last night where she defeated Mercedes Martinez. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.